Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. A few minutes ago as I speak, William Ruto has just concluded his address to the nation. In about 15 minutes, William Ruto spoke to the nation. And if you look at his address, most parts of the address were just the usual promises. I will, we will. And looking on how Kenyans have responded to that speech, it's clear Kenyans no longer trust anything coming from Ruto. And that's why I still maintain that the only way out of all this is for William Ruto to resign. He has already lost that confidence among Kenyans. Kenyans no longer trust anything he is saying. Let's listen on how he started his address.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Fellow Kenyans, the last 2 weeks have been a difficult time for us as a country, where Kenyans have regrettably lost lives, many have been injured, property destroyed, and our institutions, especially constitutional institutions, attacked. Once again, I extend my deepest condolences to those who unfortunately lost their lives. One life, as we all know, lost is a life too many. To the mothers, fathers, siblings, relatives, and friends of those who lost their lives, my deepest sympathies and condolences to you all. Equally, to the many others who are injured and recuperating, I wish them quick recovery. The government of Kenya will support all those who've lost their lives and those who've been injured.
That's an excellent start for Ruto. The only problem is that his coming when is already late, when some Kenyans who died have already been buried. That ought to have been his first speech, the first day Kenyans lost their lives in the hands of rogue police officers. That ought to have been his first address. But instead, he came out and branded the Gen Z demonstrators Wakora. That ought to have been his first speech. So he's making the right speech when it's already too late. Kenyans have lost their lives. Property has been destroyed. Some have even been buried. And even as I talk, the government is not helping those in the hospital. So that's also coming out as just another usual lies and usual promises by William Ruto and his team. And then after making that wonderful start, most of the speech were full of promises and some boring stuffs. It's only towards the end of his speech that he mentioned some things worth listening to again here. Listen to this again.
The following action shall be taken with immediate effect towards the realization of the new budget. 47 state corporations with overlapping and duplicating functions will be dissolved, resulting in the elimination of their operational and maintenance costs, and their functions will be integrated into the respective line ministries. Staff currently employed by the affected corporations will be transferred to ministries and other state agencies within government. The decision to fill the position of chief administrative secretaries is hereby suspended. The number of advisors in government shall be reduced by 50% within the public service with immediate effect. Budget lines providing for the operations of the office of the First Lady, the spouse of the Deputy President, and the Prime Cabinet Secretary will be removed. Similarly, the budget provisions for confidential budgets in various executive offices, including my own office, have been removed, and the budget for renovations across government reduced by 50%. Henceforth, public servants who attain the retirement age of 60 shall be required to immediately proceed on retirement with no extensions to their tenure of service whatsoever. The purchase of new motor vehicles by the government is suspended for 12 months, except for security agencies, while a new policy on transport for public officers will be developed. All non-essential travel by state and public officers is hereby suspended. No state officer or public servant shall participate in public contributions or haram phase going forward.
Yes. In summary, William Ruto is saying 47 state corporations with overlapping and duplicating functions will be dissolved. He is saying will. So that has not been done, but it's a promise will. He's also saying cash hiring suspended, number of government advisors reduced by 50%. So the big question is, are those advisors really necessary? Budget for First Lady, Deputy President, and Prime Cabinet Secretary wife will be removed. Will again. Renovation budget across government reduced by 50%. Civil servants attaining 60 years to go on retire. There is no extension there. New motor vehicles suspended. The purchase of new motor vehicles suspended for 12 months, except for security agencies. Non-essential travels for state officials suspended. Harambee banned, and is also promising to make changes in government shortly. That's what William Ruto is saying. If you look on how Kenyans are reacting to these speeches, they don't trust anything from William Ruto. They see those as just promises, just hot airs. They are not in any way different from the promises Ruto has been making. But if you look at these promises he's making, these ones have been informed by the Gen Z protests. So it's true, Ruto is feeling the pressure coming from Kenyans through Gen Zs. But again, we all know Ruto. And I strongly believe that people don't change. It might be possible he's just trying to buy time for things to calm down, after which all these changes will be forgotten. Kenyans don't trust Ruto. And that's why I still maintain the only way out of this is either for Ruto to dissolve his government or for him to resign. Because looking at things objectively, as time goes by, things are only but going to worsen. And they will worsen because Ruto cannot be trusted. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you.